This sounds like really loud up here. Am I okay? Okay, he's going to take care of me. I just wanted to start off this morning. I'm going to be giving a slideshow of our trip to China. That was May 9th through the 29th. I was privileged and blessed to hang out with Mike Rosser for 3 weeks anywhere. It's a blessing. And being part of the ministry that Mike has had going on in China for 25 years is an amazing blessing. So it's a double blessing for me to be able to go. And then there's a triple blessing about it, and that is your fellowship in that. And so I just wanted to express, first of all, thanks to this church for having fellowship with Mike for 25 years in China, and then lately for letting me accompany him and join him in that work. The work in China that Mike has been doing, and first of all, I want to just get a disclaimer out right away. I am by no means a knowledgeable person about China. All I know is the tiny, minuscule tip of the iceberg that I've been able to experience over there. So as I'm sharing these things, you may have a lot of questions that I don't know the answers to. But Mike's ministry in China has evolved over the 25 years. And I know that Alicia went early on to China with Mike. And Mike had told me about those early days when the objective was to show up at English Corner where you're instantly a celebrity, because obviously you can speak English without a Chinese accent. And so based on those conversations, quickly moved towards questions about God, Jesus, the Bible. And then there was like the next level was tell them where we're staying and then go wait. And people would show up. And it was a fundamental teaching them things that they had never heard before. And it was on that just fundamental, like Paul going into Corinth, determining to know nothing among them except Jesus and Him crucified. Those things are still happening, but Mike is not so much involved in that level of ministry in China these days, because based on the people that he met during those days, those people are now young church leaders. And so Mike's ministry has evolved into much more leadership training. And so what Mike does when he goes 3 times every year. So I've gone 1 trip per year for 2 years. So like I said, I'm totally not speaking with a whole lot of experience. But the way that Mike does it, his scheduling strategy, I call it, is amazing in how much it relies on God. Because what Mike does is they have a Facebook-style social media called WeChat. And some of you guys might be familiar with that. But what Mike does is he says, okay, we're going to be in China from May. We're going to probably get our feet on the ground and get over jet lag by about the 10th. So we're going to be in China from the 10th until we're flying out the 29th. So he'll divide that time up into whatever cities that he wants to visit during that time, and he'll throw it out there on WeChat and say, we're going to be in China, we're going to be in this city, we're going to be in Beijing for a week. And what he says is, we're looking for work. We're looking for something to do while we're there. And that's about it. And so then we wait, like we show up. And then we wait to see what falls into place. It's kind of just amazing that it always falls into place, because there's such an audience that has connection back with him as friends on WeChat, that when they find out, Mike says, me and Tommy, or me and Jerry, Akatura goes regularly, whoever he's going with, we're going to be there in Beijing for this week. And we're looking for work. We're looking for something to do for the Lord while we're there. And then well, where are we going to get? Well, let's show up, see what happens. That's cool all the way. And so anyways, a lot of the pictures that I'm going to show you are kind of the results of that. And I want to get to the pictures. Can you flip those lights over to the thanks, brother? I want to show you the pictures, because the pictures, I try to limit like scenery and stuff. It's beautiful. And one other thing I want to mention before I start with the pictures is that we were so blessed on not a spiritual development, but there was, when we were in Beijing, there was a business conference in Beijing where they wanted to put the best face on the city that they could, because there was a lot of businessmen from all over Asia that were going to be at this conference in Beijing. And so we woke up in Beijing and looked around and thought, what's with the blue sky? You know, because it was beautiful. And it was beautiful for about 4 days until the businessmen left and they cranked the factories back up. And then it kind of like, you know, became Beijing again. And so this was my first time to Beijing. So my first impression of Beijing was, wow. I don't think that, I know that this isn't Beijing. I think this is Jinhua. I just kind of randomly picked that as my cover sheet. But every other picture, I kind of know where we're at. I'm going to kind of put my back to you guys for a minute because I'm going to be using this that. Okay, and I'm going to be flipping. Cool. Okay, so anyways, we came into Beijing and we let's see, let me get it. The first thing that we did was we met up with our translator, and our translator's name is Sly. Some of you guys have seen him, maybe met him, but he's been Mike's long-time translator. We met up with him. I just took a couple shots of the city. This is like walking on a passenger bridge or pedestrian bridge over the street right near where we were staying. So that's looking down, that's looking towards Beijing, toward the city, toward the middle of the city. We were kind of on the outskirts of it. This right here is pretty much typically in the cities the way people, this is their residence. This is a modern apartment building. And so everybody lives in high-rise apartments and stuff, and works in the city. And so a lot of, or the few times that we were within like residences, which were actually not technically supposed to be, but there was some occasions that I'll explain to you. And one thing that I want to say is that we did have, our first weekend that we were in Beijing, we did have a scheduled event, which was a gathering of some Christians from that area, and they hooked us up with this kind of dorm-style campus outside on the outskirts of Beijing. And they were having like a church conference, like a leadership conference, and they wanted us to speak on Mike's favorite subject, lifestyle evangelism, right? They wanted to know, okay, now that we're Christians, now that we're, the leadership of the church wanted us to just reinforce the natural, organic way that we just share the gospel through our lifestyle. And so that's what we concentrated on for that first weekend. But before we went to that conference, we stayed one night in the city, and we got on a bus to go out to that conference. They told us where to meet there, get on that bus, and we'll take you there. So we got on this bus with probably 30 other people and got bused out to this place. But before that, as I was saying, kind of the spontaneous stuff that happens is that there was a friend of Mike named Christy who lives somewhere in China. I've never met her. She knows a person who she said, hey, Mike and another Bible teacher from the U.S. are going to be in Beijing. Can you put them to work? That person said, that's not going to work for me, but I know a person that might be able to. So there was a friend of a friend of a friend, and that guy said, I want to meet these guys first. So we actually met him before we went to the conference. We met this guy in a coffee shop. I'll show you more about him later. We met him in a coffee shop, and he ended up saying, I have an underground, I guess we say underground law, but what they call it is unregistered. Unregistered means the government doesn't know about it. I have an unregistered Bible school, a 2-year Bible school that I've been running for 12 years, and I would love for you guys to teach 3 days there, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we didn't know that that was going to happen. So we were scheduled to teach Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday at this conference. Now we've got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at a Bible school, and those are 7-hour teaching days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we're going, okay, we need to get prepared for this now also. So that was all set up, and then we went to, there's another Beijing shot. That's Sly, the guy with the big smile right in the middle, and Sly, this guy's name is Anderson. Don't know exactly who he is named after. All this is their English names, right? Anderson. This guy's name is Pecorino. Okay? And so an Italian or a Portuguese or somebody gave him his name, obviously. And so that was the first time that we had seen Sly on this trip. He joined us. He lives in a neighboring city. So he flew in and joined us, and we met him and had an evening together, just kind of getting ready to rock and roll. So anyway, that's Bible teaching fuel right there. You need that. We're going to go teach the Bible in China. You need Weasel coffee. Weasel coffee is fuel for the soul. So anyway. So this is at this place called the Morning Glory Inn. Okay, it's technically in Beijing still, but it's out in the outskirts. And what these are kind of like a bunch of mix and match. Some people have vacation homes and stuff here, and then other people just rent it out. There's like a common restaurant that serves this little community. It's kind of just a weird little community that sits off by itself. But this is where we were going to spend our first weekend, and this is just kind of the scene of everybody getting off the bus, stretching out their legs, waiting for our room assignments. Okay, this is the same complex here, looking down on it. So you can kind of see there's a lot of, buildings that are pretty uniform. And we had a couple of those buildings for dorms, and everybody just kind of lived. I don't know if you've been to the Pepperdine lectures, stayed in the dorms there for the lectures. It's pretty much that kind of living. Share a bathroom with several other people in other rooms and stuff. It's at the end of the hall, and you just have a couple of beds and a light in your room. So it's comfortable, but real kind of bare bones. But beautiful. I didn't see beauty like this in any of the places that we went to last year, but I was just impressed with how beautiful the lay of the land looks there. This is kind of walking up to the dorm that we were assigned to. You go a couple dorms up and hang a left, and you went into the one that we were living in. Okay, this facility that they secured with these dorm rooms also has this upper room. This is on the 3rd floor of one of the buildings. It's basically a conference room, and they have that as part of what they set up for Bible teaching. So we were going to teach in this room. This guy right here is named William, and he is one of the young church leaders of one of the groups there in Beijing. He's like one of the main ones that put this particular conference together. So we're getting ready, getting set up in there. There's Mike. This is kind of what it looks like as we teach. With Sly translating. Mike doesn't have a mic, but Sly does have the mic. So as Mike's talking, Sly's talking, and we're getting in English and Chinese through this conference. So that's kind of what this conference looked like from the back of the room. And Mike and Sly are teaching. Mike and I shared the teaching, and we also did questions and answers. We did breakout groups of questions and answers about the things that we had taught. Like I said, the theme was lifestyle evangelism, how to share the story of God just through everyday contact with people, how to just let Jesus flow through from one person to another during the course of life. Mike's so proficient in that, so passionate about that. After that weekend retreat, we went back to the city. We stayed in a different part of Beijing, and this is where it comes in with this other guy. His name's Brother Wu, W-U, and I've got a picture of him, but we were set up to teach at this school. Now, what he said was, it's in an apartment, and even the neighbors in that apartment don't know that this is a Bible school. But it's been going on for 12 years. The way that it started, there was some American missionaries that went over there. They started this 2-year seminary. And 3 years into it, Brother Wu was the first graduating class. So he was 1 year out of it, helping with the teaching. And the government cracked down on foreign missionaries, and they had to leave. And the ball was now in his court as to what to do with this school. And he said, I can't just let this school die. And so he's been keeping this school going for 12 years by piecing together all the help he can get to train these young people. Young people are impressive, and when you walk into their midst, it's like you can just sense the unity and the blessing that's there. It's amazing. It's like, I can't describe, explain kind of just the aura that's in there when you walk into that place. It's just like, well, this is, God's in control of this place. But anyways, we had to be real careful about going in there because we're not supposed to be in the neighborhood. Okay, I put this picture up. This wasn't his neighborhood, but this is kind of typical of the way that it goes. These are older apartment buildings, and these are the newer ones. Okay, so in the older apartment buildings, they're kind of semicircle. There's a common courtyard, parking lot kind of area in the middle of those. And so when you drive in, you drive past kind of a gate guard kind of a guy. He's a government guy, but he's like not like a cop or anything. He's like a neighborhood watch. And he kind of mans this thing. It kind of looks like when you're going into a parking garage. And so there's a lift gate, and he just kind of scans who's going in and out. He just keeps time who's going in and out. So Brother Wu has this car with blacked out, tinted out windows that are like really dark. And so me and Mike have to kind of get in the back and ride low. And Sly and Brother Wu are riding in the front, and they go through the parking gate, and he cracks the window just a little bit, and the guy recognizes him now and just waves him through. So we go through, and then he gets on the cell phone to his wife and says, okay, we're waiting for the all clear. And so it's kind of like they wait for the parking lot to clear out to where there's nobody that's going to really see anything. And then they pull us up to the door, and we jump out of the car and just beeline right into the apartment. And then we're kind of put up, Mike calls it the green room, kind of a little room where you're by yourself. They have some fruit, some weasel coffee. They get y'all ready to rock and roll for the Bible study. So anyways, when we went into this apartment thing, we did that for 3 days. And going out is just playing the tape backwards. It's all clear. Mike's like, well, I don't know if it needs to be that. Like, they were more nervous about it than Mike was. So I followed Mike's cue. We got in and out of the car pretty quick. And so it was kind of the thing where we're like, whoa, we're not supposed to be, because Americans being in that apartment complex could, raise some attention. So they don't even want the neighbors to know it's a Bible school. But check this out. That's the Bible school. There's about 8 and 8. Young ladies, young men. They're studying their Bibles. This group is second semester. This fellow right here is the guy that's been running it for 12 years, Brother Wu. He looks like one of them. I mean, he's not Asian. He looks young. Obviously, he looks like one of them, right? They all look alike. But anyways, this is the classroom, and they live on site for 2 years. There's 2 boys' bedrooms downstairs, 2 girls' bedrooms upstairs. There's a kitchen and a little living room area upstairs and a classroom downstairs. And they got all this egg crate soundproofing on the wall, on that wall. And basically, that's their classroom. And they start at 8 in the morning with about a 20-minute worship. And then their Bible instruction period starts around 8:30. So from about 8:30 till noon is Bible study. Lunch break, a little bit of afternoon R&R, and then back to it, 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 5 is Bible study. These guys do not lose their attention span. They're just as dialed in at the end of it as they are at the beginning of it. And these guys, when you start a Bible quotation, I'd say 75% of the time they finish. They know their Bibles. These are second semesters, so they're basically in the second half of their first year. And they've got the rest of this year until the fall, and then they'll have a break. And then they will be back again, have a couple of weeks away, and they'll be back again, and they'll do another year of Bible study there where they live on site. So that's that. I'm going to say the average age within these students is probably 25 to 30, right in there. What they are is they are kind of the cream of the crop of their local churches. They all belong to family churches kind of in the area, and their churches choose them because when they come out of this school, some of them are going to be going out planting churches. Some of them are going to be going back to their home churches, with enough education to become, teachers and leaders in their own churches and stuff. So they're all being trained for church leadership. And they're probably 25 to 30 years old. And Brother Wu is probably in his late 30s. So he's not much older than that. That's him there. That's what it looks like from our perspective, standing up, teaching them. So they're oh yeah, this girl here, she's in charge of tea. This thermos bottle right here keeps water hot probably for like weeks, it seems like. It never gets cold. So she brews tea, and as you're up there teaching, every time you drink your glass of tea, she notices, and when you need a refill, she just keeps you in tea as you're going. So anyways, you have to call her off if you don't want it. But so anyways, that's what it looks like from our perspective. There's Mike pointing the right way, right? So Mike's high tech. He teaches off of a computer and stuff. I teach off this. Anyways, there's me teaching off paper. And so anyways, that's what that classroom looked like. And that's what our typical, when we go up for lunch, would be like that. Notice there's 4 places: Mike, myself, Sly, and Brother Wu. Evaluating how the morning session went. He wants to know, he wants to give us feedback on how the morning session went. He is in charge of that group. And he's very, what he'll do is he'll sit upstairs at the kitchen table and go back one. Okay, this stairwell right here, the kitchen's right above here. This stairwell comes down from the first floor, the ground level floor, we enter in off the street. So this is the basement. Come down this stairwell. Well, he's right at the top of these stairs at a table. Brother Wu is sitting, and he's listening to Sly's translation of what we're saying. And so when we get to lunch, he wants to hang out with us at lunch and talk Bible. So the Bible talking doesn't stop at lunch. It just continues on now with Brother Wu. This guy is an amazing individual. And he said that he was sorry that he couldn't give them more. And Mike and I are just blown away at these kids. The kids do all of this. Like as soon as they come up, when it's our lunch break, it's their lunch break too, they come up and they come in and it's just a circulation of young men and young women that come in, set the food out, they greet you, they bring everything in, and get your lunch set up before they eat. And it's just such, the Holy Spirit is just all over that place in a tangible way. And then this guy's saying, I wish I could give them more. Like, I wish I could give them a degree that would be recognized somewhere. And Mike and I both told him at the end, these kids could go to the U.S., go through seminary, and they would feel like they just went through kindergarten compared to what you're giving them. Don't worry about the quality. A degree is overrated. A Bible education, these kids have it. These kids are amazing. So anyways, that was that school. That was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then we did a tourist kit because we have to do a little tourism just because, everywhere you go, any kind of transportation other than a cab, your passport. They're tracking your passport. They know where you are. So on a tourist visa, you have to show your face as tourism. Plus, I wanted to see the Great Wall, so it was selfishly motivated. Mike looked out, you can see the smog starting to roll back in. Mike looked out, so I've seen the Great Wall, and I've seen that air quality before, doing cycling. So Sly and I went to the Great Wall, and I just showed a couple of pictures because I got a bunch of pictures of the Great Wall. So then we went to this place here, which is called the Summer Palace, and it's in the surrounded by city. That's all smoggy Beijing out there. This is the way Beijing normally looks. And anyways, the emperor used to spend the summer here. That was his pad, and this was his yard. It's amazing. I mean, they like lived in luxury, obviously, the emperor. But anyway, so now it's a big park, and you can spend days there probably reading history if you can read Chinese. So we went through, we almost just like cut through this and took some pictures, but we went to this guy's house. Now this guy right here, this guy sitting right here with the biggest smile on his face, is named David. And David is on his third bout with lymphoma. And this guy, I'm going to go to the next picture and then I'll go back. Because David took this picture, so he's not in it. But this, you recognize him. This is William from the Beijing conference. This is one of the young leaders of the Beijing group. And so William, the church that William is part of is a small family church. And what they do, they went door to door in this apartment complex, inviting the neighbors to a Christmas Eve after church building. And so the church building isn't much, and not very many of the neighbors came, but this guy came. And this guy got on fire for Jesus Christ through coming to a Christmas Eve thing, just out of curiosity. And he is the most fired up. You never know that he was sick or suffering or anything. He's just full of joy. Doesn't hardly know any English, but he knows how to say this bluntly. I love you, brother. And he's a prayer warrior, man. He's been praying. He was praying for Tom Owen ever since he's been a Christian. He was praying for Tom and Mary. He was praying. He has all these ways that he prays. He hands out, gifts. He handed out gifts to us. He gave me this little almond branch because you're an elder. He made me feel like, wow. I always feel honored to be serving the church, but he made me feel like he really looked at that as being like, there's this almond branch just represents every joy that bud in. He's just like fired up Christian. That's his mom and dad. They're not believers yet. This guy lives with them, and he's contagious. Okay, so then we got this guy right here. His name Brother Chin. He's one of the leaders of the same group that William was right here. And this is Brother Long. He's had some serious back surgeries and stuff. Mike knows him from quite a while back, and Mike knows him from quite a while back. So, anyways, we went and hung out with David and his parents for a while. And then we went to dinner with this guy here. And we met this guy on the bus to the retreat. His name's Figo. I guess Figo is a soccer player, so he's named after a soccer player named Figo. But anyways, he insisted that while we were in Beijing, he wants to take us out to dinner, treat us to dinner. So we went out to dinner with him, and then we went to Tiananmen Square. And so that was like about a 2-hour subway ride to get to Tiananmen Square. You can't go on the square at night, but from the outskirts of the square, you can take pictures of it and stuff. That is what they call the incident that we don't talk about. Pretty much, you don't talk about Tiananmen Square there. If you want to say anything about it, it's the incident that we don't talk about. And that's just, they take that very seriously. They would probably really risk, their security if they were talking too much about what happened at Tiananmen Square in the wrong company. Most Chinese either don't know about it or claim they don't know about what happened. It's just like the government has successfully suppressed that whole thing. And so anyways, we got to see that. Right across from Tiananmen Square is the Forbidden City, which is, used to be an imperial capital in Beijing. That's like, from what I understand, you could spend days touring the Imperial City, or Forbidden City. So that's kind of one of the main entrance gates of it. Obviously, they let you know that Sherwood now is ultimately, the Emperor now, the non-Emperor. You know, he's laid in state still in this building right here. From what I understand, he's in a glass case. He's still in there, like, laying there for everybody to walk through and see. So, anyways, they really venerate him for they claim, so, I'm not sure what they did with him. From what I understand, they were saying, yeah, he's in a glass case in that mausoleum on public display still. So they might think it was miraculous or something. I know they attribute a lot to him. The way Sai said it, when we're talking about political choices, Sai said, we have the choice whether to like our leadership or not, and we always choose to like it. Very sarcastic, but that kind of captures the spirit of the way that they talk about it. But anyway, so we did that tourism. Then we went to this city here, Jinhua, which is a city that's close to Hangzhou, and there's kind of around where we were staying at, there's kind of an older part of town in Jinhua, and that's obviously Mike posing for a picture there. And this is another shot of Jinhua. I think that first shot that I had up in the cover sheet is also Jinhua. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, just kind of threw a couple sheets out there so you can see part of that city. There's an old part of this city also that we walked through later. I got a picture or two of that. You're going to crack up when you see this next picture if I remember right. There he is. Okay, this guy. This guy is like 30-something years old. His name now is Ryan. When we were there, his name was First James. Okay? Because there's a second James that you're going to see. And he got tired of being First James. He didn't know he was first. He said, too many James, I'm Ryan. That's all it takes. Change your name. His name's Ryan now. So anyways, this guy, Mike set me up, and he said, we're going to get met by a tour guide that's going to show us around town. And he said, think 1940s Machuco walk. I'm like, no. Okay, so I'm picturing kind of a long, lean, Hispanic-looking guy, Machuco walk, and I meet this guy. And I'm like, really? This guy is a spiritual giant. This guy is amazing. He's got his finger on everything that's going on within the church that he's involved with here in Jinhua. And he's our tour guide, and he keeps his card so close to his chest. Doesn't know any English. But he keeps his card so close to his chest all the way. When he picked us up at the airport, by the train station, through the high-speed rail there, he picked us up at the train station, we get in his car, and Mike's like, okay, James, what are we teaching? What do we need to be prepared for? James goes, I'll tell you about. Okay? So we're cruising and stuff. Mike's like, hey, give us a clue. What do you guys want from us? He goes, I'll tell you more at the hotel. Let's get to the hotel. So we get to the hotel room, get checked in, we're sitting in the hotel room and saying, James, what do we have to teach them? We're teaching tonight. What are we teaching? And he's like, we're talking about that. He just keeps putting up. You're like, come on, dude. It's like, is the room bugged or what? So anyways, he's just a funny guy. So one of the times, it was just me and him in the room. And I thought, okay, so I'll read my Bible and he can do whatever he's going to do. There's no way we're going to communicate. Sure enough, man, this guy comes over with his tablet, punches up War Room in Chinese with English subtitles, and goes, have you seen this movie? And he asked me on his phone, translate. Have you seen this movie? I'm like, yeah, good movie. We sit there and watch War Room talking on our phone translator. I'm like, this guy's not going to let me just be isolated. And that's just the way he is. He just finds ways to connect. He's just an amazing guy, man. He's a giant. His size betrays him. He's a giant. When we get glorified, that guy's going to be like way bigger than me. This guy we met, this isn't a picture in Genoa, this is a picture I grabbed from a later time. This guy's name is Peter, and Mike knows him from way back when in Hangzhou. This guy was part of the foundation of a group that they called the Julian Group, which is a group that meets in Hangzhou. And this guy, Peter, Mike knows him about, I think, 13 or 14 years ago. Peter moved to Edmonton, Alberta. So he's part of a Chinese, I guess there's a lot of Chinese people in Canada, and he's one of them. And anyway, so he moved there, he's got a wife, he's got a couple of kids. I think his kids are actually old enough to start looking at college and stuff right now. But he happened to be there visiting. We didn't even know, I didn't know he was there. But through WeChat, through the sharing that Mike said when he and Jim will show up to the room, this guy shows up. Mike hasn't seen him for like 12, 13 years. He just shows up. Mike's like, what? Just blown out of his mind. So this guy goes back a long ways with Mike, and you can tell by the look on his face, he is a funny guy. He's just a character. And so you just kind of never know when to take him seriously. He's pretty proficient in English. He's a great, great Christian. Okay, so this guy here looks like he's trying to sell us a car or Amway, but skepticism on Mike and my faces I thought was pretty funny. George is telling us something. I don't remember exactly what he's talking about. This guy is George, and he's like one of the leaders of the church in Genoa. He's one of their main teachers. He and his wife are trying to adopt a baby from a neighboring city that size from. So the church meets. He has an apartment where his parents live on the ground floor. The church meets on the second floor, and he and his wife live on the third floor. And there's apartments. His house is actually the church meeting place. So we worship there with them on Sunday. But we did a lot of hotel room studies. And that's kind of three different things kind of that we do there. Is that we'll do like organized kind of teaching like at that conference. We'll do room studies, and then we do like assemblies, like church assemblies and stuff like that, where it's part of a worship and there's some teaching involved as well. So, anyways, that's kind of the one of the pictures of the core group. This is second James. He's first James now because he's Ryan. But that's George. This girl here, her name is Hannah, and this girl's name is Emily. They're real tight friends and sisters in Christ. Hannah is training to go to Pakistan with the gospel. She said that the freedoms that they have in China obligate her to go to Islamic countries. She feels obligated by God that the way that the gospel has loosened up, from her perspective, in China, has convicted her that she needs to go help Islamic people understand Jesus. So she's in a training program to go to Pakistan with the gospel. And Emily, they're both college graduates from one of the universities has a campus there in Genoa, and that's where they met. They've been trained. And Emily's going to go to Shanghai, continue her education, and put her expertise into practice. So either one of these girls would serve as our translator very well. Mike's always looking for people that he can line up to call on to translate for us. Mike doesn't like to keep Sly away from home too long. So then there's first James, second James, otherwise known as Ryan and James. Okay, I wanted to get this picture. It's the same crew except for Sly's in now. But look at George's smile. That's George. The guy's like contagiously joyful. He's an amazing church leader and Bible teacher. Just another thing that's crazy that happened here that was unplanned is that George, just out of the blue, said to Mike, "Hey, would you like to visit my home village, which is like a 2-hour drive, maybe 3 the way George drives, out of town, and meet my parents?" And Mike said, "Sure, I'll go." So I took care of the Bible studies in the room, and they went to George's home village. And what happened was Mike met another couple, Chinese couple, that has a burning desire to bring the gospel into that village. And they're trying to plan it. They needed some help. They needed some solid Bible teaching to team up with them. Mike's hooked up with that effort now. Mike's going to be going into George's village with the gospel with this other people that he met because George said, hey, you want to meet my parents? You know, so, and just to kind of see how Mike rolls with it, that's the way he's used to it. You know, to me it might be like, okay, I got this schedule. To Mike it's like, we're in town, whatever somebody suggests is my schedule. Because that's how God works and puts things together. So Mike's got a whole new leg of his ministry into a new village opened up because George said, hey, you want to go meet my parents? So that's just the way that it happens there. George insisted that somehow that guy is an ancestor of mine. So he said, that guy has to be your ancestor. You go stand in front of that statue and get a picture. So I got an ancestor in China that I didn't even know. We're walking through this old town, this old part of town, and I wanted to get that picture because that shows the Pachuco walk of mine. And God, that's how he walks. He saunters, he glides. The guy has style, the way that he carries himself. It's amazing. You got to see it. Once I saw him walk, I knew exactly what Mike was talking about. So after Jinhua, we went to Hangzhou, which is where we spent the remaining time. And in Hangzhou, it was raining. And it was just refreshing because it really clears the air, breaks the humidity. And so Hangzhou is another huge city. So let's just take some skyline pictures of Hangzhou. There's obviously a European influence to some of their architecture. And that's how they park the rest of us. So I brought that home so Blaine would never complain that she has no place to park her husband. Because there's always a place. You just get going fast enough and make your own place. And that's typical. When you're walking around in the big cities, you see parking lots that look like that all the time. People just shove it in there. And these bikes, these yellow and aqua colored bikes, and there's some orange ones too here and there. There's it's kind of a newer effort. There's bikes that have a telephone app connected to them. There's a lock on the back tire. So what you do is you scan it with your phone, and it puts you on your clock, and you have basically you have an account. You have money in your account for your phone or your card or whatever. But you scan the bike, it unlocks, you ride the bike somewhere, and when you lock it, you scan it again, and it locks, it takes you off the account. And you might spend, a couple of their dollars, learning which are like 6 of our dollars. So you might spend like 25 or 30 cents to ride a bike around. And then you lock it, and they're all over, and then the government goes around and collects all these bikes because you just leave them wherever you stop. You don't have to put it back there. You just leave them, scan off of them. So you have these bikes sitting everywhere, and at night, the government goes and gets them and puts them all back in neat rows all over the city so they're ready for the next day's excursion. Pretty wild. But anyway, so that's one of the things that they have going. This is in the Julian group, which is an older group that Mike has had contact with for a long time. This young man is Joseph. He's one of the main teachers in the Julian group. The back of his head is Peter again, from that touch base with us in Jinhua, Mike's old friend. This used to be Peter's house. But when Peter and his wife and family moved to Edmonton, they just gave their apartment to the church as a meeting house. So now the church has this apartment, they own it, they own the apartment, they own the land, they own the building, it's kind of complicated. But anyways, this is kind of a typical weeknight Bible study. People came. So this is Joseph, this girl's name is Helen. This girl, you'll see her, I took a few shots of this layout because you can see the faces better. This is Michelle. We were using her as a translator at that time. The Sai had gone back to his hometown. And then this is Maggie, you'll see her better. And this is Joy. This is Joy. This lady's name right here is Mom Jean. And then I'm taking the picture. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, that's just a typical fruit out. get together. But I just want you, as we look through a couple of these pictures, look at the intensity level of what's going on in their body language as they're studying God's Word. And this is, most of them are needing the translation to get it. So they're reading it, they're listening to the translator, they're taking notes, they always have pencils and paper out. But anyways, this is just kind of intense. Their way of studying the Bible. So Michelle is busy translating it for us. Mike's teaching, Michelle's translating, Rev group discussion. Very typical of the way that it looks reading in the Julian Church apartment. They do that pretty much every night of the week. They gather together, whoever comes, and they throw it down. They open the Bible together. So they don't always need a translator on this, but we'll bring it down to here. So anyways, let's see, I'm listening to it here. Oh, this girl here, her name is Lou. She was out of the vehicle the first time. And then that's a better shot of Long Jean. She's going to show up at the hotel room studies as well. We had studies out of the room also. This is one of the room studies. Some of the subjects that we covered, practical new lifestyle, ordering our life under Jesus' lordship. The gospel story. Sometimes speakers would come. This girl right here, her name is Hong Schwab. I think if I'm pronouncing it right. Anyways, she's a speaker. She's a friend with Michelle. So Michelle brings her, hey, want to hear some Americans teach the gospel? Sure, she does. So we're presenting just the basic gospel story. The song that Brandon led for us this morning, also I get emotional. I love to tell the story, right? It's just such an amazing song because it hits the truth so much that even those of us who know the story best can't help but be emotionally touched when the gospel is presented just in its purity. And that's what happens. Mike just starts with all of us would be able to do it. Mike just starts with Jesus, a historical figure, just works his way through. What makes Jesus unique from Buddha? What makes Jesus unique from any other religious leader? And gets into the virgin birth, gets into the death, burial, and resurrection. Teaches the very simple gospel that you can tell the Spirit is in the room. The Spirit is just like working in the room through the simple gospel story. And these people are being touched by it. The thing, as I said, that the ministry evolves, is a lot of it is Mike knows that he can teach the gospel and he can leave these speakers in good hands with Christians that can take them the rest of the way and baptize them. Mike doesn't have to complete their conversion. He knows he's leaving them in good hands, training leadership that can continue with them. So it just it makes Mike's ministry a little bit different. But anyways, this lady's name is Joanne. There's Long Jean, Lulu, Hong Shah, and there's Michelle busy translating for us. This girl is Maggie. She's one of the old members of the Jinhua group, the original member. She is a working, just a servant. And she's one of the foundation, like Mark mentioned this morning about women's role. She's amazing. This girl's name is Christy. She wanted to know what all the excitement about Jesus was all about. So she came along with Maggie. Her name is Maggie. So that's just kind of a typical thing. And who's going to show up? If the speaker shows up, we're just going to preach the gospel. If other people show up, we're going to need to throw in. People that are already leaders, what's on your mind? What would you like to talk about? This guy's name is Bob. He's a secret. Michelle brought him from her work. He teaches at the university. He got the deer and headlights stuff going. Maybe he doesn't want to be hanging out with Americans. Michelle forced him into the picture. I don't know. But he's a nice guy, cool guy, asks great questions. He wants to know, what's this deal with Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? What's up with that? How does that work? They're like, hey, you tell us, brother. But anyways, we're just talking, asking questions, answering questions, looking for opportunities to to share Jesus with these guys. Another thing we did in Hangzhou is Jack and Lily's school. They went, Jack is taking pictures. He's not in the picture. That's his wife, Lily. He's standing back here taking the picture. That's where he was sitting. Jack and Lily run a school where they teach English to the grade school kids. And this is their school. But in the mornings, the grade school kids go to school. So their school is in the afternoon, English school. So in the mornings, they use the school to teach Bible. So with Mike and I being in town, we asked us to come teach. So I'm teaching God's design for marriage. Mike's teaching with a girl and another translator, Joseph, upstairs, a fundamental Bible study. She's a brand new Christian. She's not married. These people are all married. So I'm teaching marriage to these folks. Because that's Luke, Lucia, old friends of Mike's. This is Laura. Her husband's a believer, but he wasn't able to be here. Jack and Lily, and this guy's name is Joshua, and his wife is right at the finish. She doesn't have an English name. I can't remember her Chinese name. We were teaching there at their school for two mornings, and then we had our final thing that we did is we went to another conference, and this one, there was people from, I wrote it down, Beijing, Hangzhou, Wuhan, Singapore, and a couple other cities that are close by, kind of in the area. Mike said, I don't usually go to these because there's people there that were there's foreigners there's people there on visa, there's Chinese people coming in from all over, plus people from Singapore coming in, which is Singapore is another country, so they come in on visa. So Mike said those are where people get in trouble. Those kind of gatherings are where people get in trouble. But Mike said, you know what, I've got a certain piece about this one. I think we're going to go to this one. So we did. And Mike made some connections with some folks here that opened up like 4 or 5 new facets of ministry. Cities that when he went there before, they wanted his resume. They're very cautious. I mean, rightfully so. They're very cautious about who they let in, where they meet, stuff like that. Mike wanted to get his foot in the door with this, in this city. And they wanted his resume. Mike said, no, when he asks for a resume, I'm probably going to fit. Because sometimes you have to be connected. Mike's not. He's just kind of freelancing. But he met a guy at this event who's been in that city for years. He has 3 different campuses, and they've got this unique way to keep the group small and keep the resources of one group. Common leadership, they meet in separate locations. And he's been working on this thing for like 8 or 10 years, and him and Mike just hit it off. Mike's got an invitation now to come teach in that city. And there's other things that fell into place with Mike at this place, but that's what how nice it is. I mean, the buildings aren't the newest, they're comfortable, but this is the environment. This is looking across towards our buildings from the opposite side of the lake. I'm actually up in a pagoda about 3 floors up, taking that picture. This guy's name is Joshua. He's a young church leader. There was a couple of people there from where Spencer and Taryn were, in Wuhan. A couple of people from there. This guy lives in the city near there. Young church leader comes to this leadership conference. These guys are from Singapore. This guy's name is Jonah. And this guy's name is Simon. He's translating into English for our benefit. There are a few Americans there, but most of them speak Chinese. But Jonah is just shredding the gospel. The guy's amazing. There's an older guy there named Brother Ben, which is kind of their mentor in Singapore. And they said, well, he started off his lesson and said, why isn't Brother Ben up here teaching for us today? He's like the mentor, he's an older guy. Because Brother Ben said, you guys are the future. You need to get up there, and I'm trusting that God's going to use you in there. Because anyways, those guys preached, or Jonah preached. There was a lot of testimonies, sharing about life skills, marriage, a lot of breakout groups. We didn't teach there. We weren't part of the teachers there. It was all Chinese and Singapore teachers. But the breakout groups and the small fellowship groups, we were able to do a lot of teaching, make a lot of connections through this seminar. So Mike said, hey, I'm totally glad we went and felt like the Spirit led him to go. So anyways, that's kind of ending it. That's Jonah. There's Joseph, our lady from Hangzhou, and then Simon from Singapore. These guys from Singapore and these guys from Hangzhou. It was great for them to connect and hit it off. And this is Sister Maggie, different Maggie, Brother Joseph again, and this is Sister Stacy. These two sisters are from Beijing, Joseph from Hangzhou. And adios amigos. This is us. We had to leave the retreat a day early to catch a train back to Shanghai and fly home. So that's the end of it. We know it went wrong. Get back to the